Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Keith Silva, in for Fran Stoddard. I'm proud to say that I'm a 4-H alumnus, and I still have my certification card. The club I belonged to was a bit of an outlier back then. We didn't show animals or participate in what many may consider traditional 4-H activities. We were interested in wildlife, so our leader told us about tracking and took us on hikes. 4-H has expanded since then, and nowadays clubs focus on topics from robotics to video production. And sometimes you don't even need to be in a club to participate in 4-H programs. All you need is a willingness to devote your head, heart, hands, and health to your community, country, and world. That's the case with the 4-H Trail Stewards. It's an effort that's just starting out, but as I found out, it's already making inroads into improving the lives of 4-Hers and Vermonters. There's work to be done at Elmore State Park, and the 4-H Trail Stewards are up to the task.
We're cleaning up the trail and making it so other people can enjoy it.
4-H Trail Stewards is a partnership between UVM Extension 4-H and the Vermont Department of Forests, Parks, and Recreation. From June until October, volunteers rake leaves, clear debris, and work on improving trails. Emily Kimball says the trails have improved since she and her fellow 4-Hers started working here.
There's definitely a lot more trees blown down and leaves and debris on the trails. And now that we've been working on it, there's a lot less of that, and it's a lot clearer of a trail.
Noah Ferris has developed a new appreciation for what it takes to maintain hiking trails.
It's kind of nice to go out and hike, but also take care of the trails so you can hike and then enjoy it even more without having to trip over that log or that branch smack you in the face.
Lucy Nigro has seen water bars while hiking here. She knew what they did, sort of, but after becoming a 4-H trail steward, she's picked up the knack for building and maintaining these trail features.
If it rains or something, then the water goes down the trail and then the water bar just blocks it off the trail and just leads it somewhere just to the side of the trail. It's essentially so the trail doesn't get ruined.
Before they were let loose on the trails, the 4-Hers attended a training hosted by Vermont Forest Parks and Recreation. Zeb Whitlock appreciated that the staff showed him how to safely use the tools and then let him learn on his own.
He showed us what to cut down and how you cut it down, by the wound on it so it can grow back. I thought we'd just be cleaning up the trails and making it better for people, but I guess the learning part's fun too in it.
Kem Ziegerhofer heard about trail stewards after attending a 4-H Teen Science Cafe. For him, 4-H events like this provide opportunities that aren't always available in school.
I like how you can go out and do all this active stuff when you wouldn't do this in school, really. You don't have the opportunity. So I just like coming out here and enjoying what I'm doing, honestly.
People of the community are right there and they're saying thank you. And
Calvin's mom, Kem, is here to keep an eye on things. Parents are supervisors in the Trail Stewards program, not participants or leaders. For her, developing leadership qualities is the strength of 4-H.
It's empowering for the kids, whether they're running a meeting or out here doing the trail work. They were trained to use the tools. They're doing everything. It's not about me. It's about empowering them and getting them out in the community and getting them to participate and try things that they wouldn't otherwise. For me, anything that's going to get my kid outside and socializing with other kids, and also the piece of being a steward, doing something outside of yourself, expanding yourself, doing something in the community that benefits everybody.
This is the first time many of these young people have done something that directly affects their community. That was one of the goals UVM Extension 4-H Teen and Leadership Specialist Lauren Traister wanted to achieve when she got this program up and running.
As a youth leadership specialist, I'm always looking for opportunities to connect our young people. And then all the young people I work with, I know that they're looking to make a difference. And so to me, it seemed like a really great opportunity to hit all of those goals. And we really look to these opportunities to let our young people explore passions that they have, develop skills that they have, find themselves, reflect on all of those learning opportunities to hopefully begin to navigate a pathway they want to take into adulthood.
Trail Stewards has given Noah Ferris a path he plans to follow towards a career.
4-H isn't just agricultural. It could be anything from mechanics to robotics, hiking, being trail steward. There's all sorts of different options, and that's one of the reasons why I thought about doing it and am doing it, is because it's kind of what I want to do, is wildland firefighting, so I thought that might be kind of a good practice training, you could say.
Emily Kimball echoes Ferris's call to service, and on top of that, she's having fun.
With 4-H, you really get to do, go on adventures, and adventures kind of, and do things that you normally wouldn't do if you didn't take these opportunities. It's definitely a good feeling because I know that I've helped out, with I consider it my park because I just have always come here. So, I don't know, it just feels good to say that I've helped out.
Doing your part for yourself and your community. That's stewardship. And that's what it means to be a 4-H trail steward. Joining me in the studio is 4-H Teen Leadership Specialist Lauren Traister and Walter Obozinski, a field recreation specialist with Vermont's Agency of Natural Resources, Department of Forests, Parks and Recreation. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lauren, before we get started, I know a lot of 4-Hers know your dog by name. We saw him in the video. Introduce him to our viewers. Who is this?
Yes, my dog's name is Humphrey, and he is actually quite well known in the 4-H world because, like any good 4-Her, he gives back. He is constantly out on trail, and he does various programs promoting 4-H.
Heart, paws, hands, and health, right? Yeah.
Yes, heart, paws, hands, and health.
Tell us a little bit about what's been going on with the Trail Stewards since we were there.
Yeah, so the day that you were there was a really fun day. But since then, the crews have wrapped up their season. We 2 weeks ago, we had a final celebration with them where we went on a group hike together and saw some work that one of the teams did rebuilding a puncheon. Did I say that right? A puncheon?
You did.
And we celebrated all their good work with them. And what was great is hearing how many of them want to continue on next year.
Awesome. Walter, we saw you in some of the photos doing some teaching, the proper and safe use of those tools. What was your perspective on this project?
I was just ecstatic the whole way through. We are trying to get people out, not only on the trails, but to help maintain the trails. And when Lauren and I met, it was at the National Outdoor Recreation Conference in Burlington, was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
We said, how do we work together? How do we make this happen? And the idea of this pilot program to get 4-Hers out on the trails started at that point. I said, all right, when I've got a little open slot of time to work on, I'm going to get in touch with you. And
a year later.
She probably thought it was never going to happen. But I did not forget, and we reconnected, and we said, well, let's do this right. And right from the get-go, just having Lauren there with the history of 4-H, the 4-H programs, Lauren's organization, her ability to network and get out into the communities, because that can be the hardest part of the entire effort, is getting people there. And through those connections with 4-H, we were able to do that. And the kids, I mean, you saw the clip. There were youth out on the trail, working together, having fun, being safe, using, you couldn't have asked for better tools than we're using.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this was a win-win for both of you. So what's the future? What's the next step here?
Yeah, so this year was a pilot program, and we started just at Elmore State Park, and it truly was a win-win. When Walter and I met, I learned about the trail maintainer program that he had that was only adult, and so my question to him was, do you use young people? And the answer was no, and my question was why. So this year actually proved that getting the teens out on trail in this capacity with training was a win, not only for the trail system, but in my work as a youth leadership specialist, it really gave the teens that opportunity to build skills, identify, connecting back with the community, maybe finding a spark. getting that joy of that community service. So it really benefited both missions of our two organizations.
Yeah, one of the things that I think is so important is this work needs to be done, Walter. We were talking before the taping. You've got a trail maintainer program that you want people to take part in. This is not just 4-Hers, but everybody can really take part in that. How many miles of trails do you have?
There's over 1,500 miles of trail on state land that's managed by the Department of Forest Parks and Recreation. And Vermont's it's got a lot of topography to it. I look at it just one way to explain the needed workforce. Right. Every 5 feet of elevation on a trail, there needs to be some type of erosion control device. So if we're looking at 1,500 miles all over state land, you can just imagine all of these features. And that's just one feature. We have stone staircases, we have bridges, we have log ladders, so we have fire towers. I mean, the list goes on and on. And to make it happen, we're just developing this ladder now, starting with the youth. And the idea is to just, well, I guess it starts back with the families. The families, if you've got that ingrained in your family to go out on trails and clean up after.
We've got about 30 seconds left. Just real quickly, you guys had some sponsors. Who are the sponsors?
Yeah,
just
so
real
this
quick.
program would not happen for the training piece and some of the T-shirts and other supplies. We had the Alchemist Foundation support this program, and then Walter also had. I'll let him speak.
Recreation Trails program.
Awesome.
We secured a grant. We're able to get some of the best tools you could have for trail maintenance.
Perfect.
And, yeah.
Perfect.
Without that, we wouldn't be able to make it happen.
Well, if you would like to help out the 4-H Trail Stewards program or get any more information on 4-H, the website and phone number are right there on the screen. Give them a call, check it out, and maybe we'll see you out there on the trail. Walter and Lauren, thank you very much. Really appreciate you having me here.
Thank you.
And thank you for stopping by Across the Fence.